Hi everybody, this is Laura with Jot and Tittle Typewriters. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hey, I've got a fun typewriter. We haven't had one of these in a super long time. This is a 1935 Woodstock upright typewriter. Beautiful, handsome fella. Definitely has some signs of wear. There's wear around here, a few things here and there, but overall it still looks really good. Look at the decals, look amazing. For a 1935, those decals are fantastic. Now, it's big and heavy, so I'm not going to flip it over. So I recommend looking at the photos in my description below. But the Woodstocks normally have an open side panel. So those of you who are familiar with uprights like this, like the Royal 10, they have the glass single panels. Well, on the Woodstock, they have the same opening, and the earlier versions, they were open, so you could see right in and see the workings of the typewriter. Well, right about 1932, they closed those off, and so this is a 1935, and it is closed off, and so you can see that in the photos on our product listing. Even if it's sold, you can take a look at the pictures. So just want you to know how that looks. Now, let's go ahead and show you around so you know how to use one of these, because this one actually is usable. It's not just for decoration. All right, so you can fold this baby forward, and I don't know how well you can tell, but there is a wire that goes across, and there's some pins, but they're really tabs, kind of hanging on that wire. These are your tab stops. And you'll see that they're attached to the bar with grooves in it, which is very common for these older typewriters. Except that this one puts the wire so you don't lose the tab stop. Pretty clever, if you ask me. But what you need to do is you squeeze the tab stop, and it pulls right out. And then same thing, you can't put the tab stop back in unless you squeeze it. Find one of those grooves to put it in and push it right down, release, and it'll like clamp back down on it. Very nice. Okay, margins. Set your margins. You just press and drag. Okay. There we go. He was a little stuck there for a second. So these, when you first move them, when we first got this, was in really rough shape. So we've soaked this and to remove all the rust. So just so you know, there is pitting in the metal pieces on here from the rust that was on here. So these, I would recommend if you get this, that you see it's nice and smooth now. These margins that you every once in a while just move them back and forth to keep things, nice and loose on that. Loosey-goosey. Okay, I'm going to move that in. All right, so same with any other typewriter, your carriage release, press that down. The bell on this sounds amazing. It's strong and it's clear. Very nice bell. Paper release, okay? And then on the left side is your handle. And the only thing that I have not found on this is like a line selector. So from what I can tell, it's just simply a single line. Now here we go is our spools, and it comes with spool covers, which is very nice. These spools are the original spools for this typewriter, and you will need to use this spool. Now we have wound it with freshly inked ribbon, but when you're ready to change it out, you can send us these spools. Just go to our website at jotandtittletypewriters.com. You can send us the spools. We'll discard the old and put new ribbon on there. To do that is you just pop them out, and I don't want to do it here on the video, but you pop them out. I've also taken an up-close photo of this. You can see how it is threaded. Now remember, so important, as you're typing and this ribbon goes from one spool to the other, you're going to eventually get to the end of the spool and your typewriter may stop, it may lock up on you, or the font may get really faint. If any of those things happen, please stop typing, check your ribbon, see if it needs to be reversed. Because for one, if you keep typing and it lets you type, you're going to punch a hole in your ribbon, and you don't want that. Or two, you're going to think something's wrong with your typewriter, and there's nothing wrong with your typewriter. Your ribbon just needs to be reversed. Now this one has, you're not going to be able to see it in the video, and you won't even be able to see it in the photos because it's hidden. But the ribbon reversal, if you go to the carriage and you put your hands right underneath this lip, you're going to feel a little nub. And that is your ribbon reversal. And depending on which side it's on, you just go back and forth. Okay, so press it over here. If it's not very far out, go to the other side and you can feel it's further out, press it back. So you just press back and forth that knob. That's your ribbon reversal. Got it? Good. Okay, let's go ahead and do our typing demo. Okay, so now we're going to take our paper. I'm going to place it right next to the paper guide, just gently. All you have to do is gently set it there. Turn your handle and it'll pull it right through. Easy peasy like that. And then these little guys, you just slide them to where you want them, and they just help keep the paper taut against the roller. All right? So let's move that over. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to check my margins. Make sure they're where I want them to be. I like to bring them in. One, so you can hear the bell. And then one thing I forgot to show you, I think I tilted up a little bit. Right here is your color selector. Now, the other day when I was trying to move it, I was like, honey, this is broken. Because I was trying to move it and it wouldn't move. You have to pull it out and then move it. Duh. And then the stickers are missing. So you'll just have to, if you want to color those in, you can. The middle is going to just be stencil, which is nothing. So if it is set in the middle, your typewriter is not going to work properly. Just make sure it's on the top or the bottom one, okay? So we'll start with the top. I'm going to guess that's the black. We'll find out. Okay, 1935. There's no number 1, so use the lowercase l. And wow, this feels good. Oh, so that's the red. Top is the red. 1935. This is a Woodstock 5. Whoops, and remember shift on the numbers does that. Okay, let's go to the next line here. Ah, boy, I'm not typing well. So backspace when you make a mistake and just type over it. Margin release is line lock. It's called the line lock release. So just hit that over. Dog. So I had the margin pulled in really far, which is okay. I wanted you to hear the bell. And so on this one, it's not called margin release. It's called line lock release. Let's do all caps. Okay, so line lock release. Oh, so it's not working this time. Oh, there it is. I guess you have to hit the space bar. Let's go. Okay, good to know. When you hit the line lock release, hit the space bar and then you can continue. I'm going to move it to black. Line lock release. I put it in too far. Oh, come on. Let's try this again. So, really, if you're going to set your margins, stay within the margins, and I'm not. I should have hit return. But the line lock, you are going to, it's not perfect, so you're going to have to hit the space bar a few times to get it to work. So, Christmas. And all through the, I'm going to hit return, house. Okay, let's do hyphen. Is this underscore or hyphen? Oh, it is hyphen. Stir. I think I put the hyphen in the wrong place. My English teacher would not be proud. But actually, I should say she would not be surprised. I love to write, but I am not good at grammar. Okay, never have been, but I still like to write. Okay, let's test each key. I wonder how many people are like that, who are writers, but in school they were terrible in their English class. I liked English class. I just wasn't good at it, at the grammar and all of that. But I guess I'm grateful for the current era, which is very forgiving. I'm forgiving in terms of if you're articulate, they don't really care about grammar as much. In certain circles, those of you who do care about grammar, I apologize that I am not as good at it. And it is important. I'm not downplaying it. Okay, I got off on another tangent. Boy, on one of those today. This is a really great typewriter. So while I wouldn't recommend it for writing a novel or anything like that, those of you who like to just get on and close the door and put on your favorite jazz music or whatever you like to listen to and tinker away, you're going to love this typewriter. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day.